Brand new Fox polling showing the GOP is gaining ground in some key Senate races, specifically ones Republicans are looking to flip from blue to red in Indiana. Democratic incumbent Joe Donnelly has a 2-point lead over Republican challenger Mike Braun. The tables have turned since September. This Senate race in Missouri, a tie. Incumbent Democrat Claire McCaskill and Republican challenger Josh Hawley both have 43%. 6% still undecided. On to North Dakota. One of the most vulnerable Senate Democrats in the midterms, Heidi Heitkamp. Now Republican challenger Kevin Cramer taking a big lead. The poll shows Heitkamp is losing support from women voters and college graduates. Meanwhile, President Trump heading to Minnesota today, pushing for big wins there. What a morning, what a day it'll be. Bill is here to break it all down.
Yeah, I think very interesting numbers, Sandra. Just going to take our viewers through a couple possibilities right now here on the board as we try and examine this right now. You got a balance of power here in the U.S. Senate. You know where it stands right now. It's 51-49, Republicans over Democrats. Let's pop back out here one time here and show the breakdown. If you go to the maps and show... Let's go ahead and start this bad boy over one time. Hang with me. Here we go. Now we got it set. It's a learning process, Smitty, right? Yeah. It's like getting a new iPhone. You know, you got to reprogram your brain. So here you are at 51-49, and the polling you just showed is very interesting because if Republicans are able to flip North Dakota from blue to red, that's a pickup. Maybe Missouri, blue to red, and now you see the numbers changing significantly. I don't know what happens in Indiana, but right now it's too close to call. Conversely, if Democrats are able to flip Arizona from red to blue, maybe you're looking at a scenario where Republicans actually keep control of the Senate and gain one seat at 52-48. And that's not even to take into account what happens down here in a great race down in Florida with Rick Scott and up here in West Virginia with Joe Manchin. So all this stuff is going to go into the potion and the porridge over the next 5 weeks or so. The other thing I was looking at a moment ago, too, when we talk about the House race right now, up here in the Midwest, what we try to do is break it down according to regions. The president goes to Minnesota today. Well, half this state is considered a toss-up right now. We have 30 toss-up seats in the House right now. Could be a few more, could be a few less over the next 5 weeks. But right now in Minnesota, the 8th district up here around Duluth, the Iron Range, that's considered a toss-up. So is Minnesota 3, just west of Minneapolis here. Minnesota 2, southeast of St. Paul. And Minnesota 1, which is where the president will head today in Rochester, Minnesota. Half the state right now is considered a toss-up. That's just an extraordinary race that holds a lot of drama come election night in early November. Other thing, if you look deep into the Fox polling, very interesting findings here. If you look close enough, you could. Go ahead, guys. Go ahead and give me that. Perfect. Nationally, the president's approval rating is anywhere between 44 and 46%. But among these states that we just polled, look where his approval number sits. It's above 50% in Arizona, Indiana, Missouri, North Dakota, and Tennessee, and you have to factor that in. The other thing that we're looking at is the Kavanaugh nomination. Flip it one time, and this is what we found in Indiana, Donnelly, Missouri, McCaskill, Heitkamp, North Dakota. If they oppose Kavanaugh's nomination, are you more likely or less likely to support that candidate? All these numbers are slightly less likely to vote for Donnelly, McCaskill, and Heitkamp. So factor that in as we look at this debate going toward the weekend, Sandra.
Fascinating stuff.
This thing at test drive again shortly here.
Some clear trends showing up in that Fox polling.
A little bit.
Yeah.